Hello and welcome. I'm Maria Ressa. This is your 6 p.m. wrap. Cases resolved by the Office of the Ombudsman in the Philippines nearly double in the first 3 months of 2016 compared to the same period last year. The quarterly report shows the agency probed and disposed of over 9,000 complaints from January to March, an increase of nearly 87%. 25% resulted in the filing of criminal cases against public officials, while 17% of complaints resulted in indictments in the first quarter of 2015. Upheld rulings brought to the Court of Appeals also increased to 87% from 85% year on year. Indonesian officials arrest 3 plotters of a suicide bomb attack in Surabaya. National Police spokesman Boy Amar says the group planned to attack public places and government offices in the coming weeks. He says the men were influenced by speeches of ISIS leaders on social media, adding one of them has links to Abu Jandal in Syria. Analysts say Jandal and other Indonesians in Syria are trying to impress ISIS leaders for funding and guidance by encouraging their followers to launch attacks back in Indonesia. Surabaya is Indonesia's second largest city, home to over 2 million people. Former members of the 2005 Consultative Commission backed the proposal of President-elect Rudy Duterte to shift to a federal form of government. Critics say the current form of government distributes funds unfairly across regions, stunting development and preserving the traditional patronage relationship. ConCom former Secretary General Lito Lorenzana says advocates of federalism have learned from past mistakes and they know how to succeed this time. Federalism will allow autonomous regions to enforce policies on their own, including development plans and laws independent of the central government. Members of Parliament are required to be college graduates and will have 5-year terms with no term limits. The Prime Minister would exercise executive power, while the President would still be the head of state and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. The former ConCom members plan to hold more forums in different cities nationwide to present the 2005 draft amendments. The United States National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, declares the El Niño phenomenon is over. NOAA's Climate Prediction Center says the dry spell is now replaced by the El Niño Southern Oscillation Neutral Condition, or ENSO, where neither El Niño or La Niña would be present. Experts also predict a weak or borderline moderate La Niña if the neutral conditions persist through the winter. Singapore's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong defends the country's controversial decision to cut off civil servants' work computers from the internet, saying it's, quote, absolutely necessary to keep information systems secure. This comes after a huge backlash Wednesday when the Straits Times newspaper reported about 100,000 government computers would be affected by the internet blockage. It quoted a cybersecurity official saying there were 16 attacks on government systems in the last year, but the malware was detected and destroyed. Civil servants would still be able to access the internet on their personal devices, such as tablets and mobile phones. Officials add public school teachers would not be affected by the move. That's your 6 p.m. wrap. I'm Maria Ressa. Join us again tomorrow for the day's top news. Remember, tomorrow begins today.